Hey guys, in this video we will learn how to use adaptive Prob volume in Unity's HD render pipeline. So without wasting your time, let's get started. And by the way, after 5 years, I am back on YouTube. So I have opened up Unity Hub. I choose a new project. I'm using Unity 6.3. I choose high definition render pipeline and I call this project APV and click create project. This will take some time. For this video, I'm gonna use this Parthenon Asset pack, which is available for free on Unity Asset Store. Click on add to my assets, then click on open in Unity, or you can go to Unity, Windows and Package Manager and search for this package. Click import. This will take some time. Then go to this Parthenon folder and open up this demo scene. And as you can see right now everything is pink. So we need to convert all the materials to HDRP. For that, go to Windows, Rendering and HDRP Wizard. Then click on convert all built-in materials to HDRP. Alright, now our scene is converted to HDRP. Let's first set our camera and press Ctrl+Shift+F to align the camera to the view and also adjust the direction light. Okay, that's looking better. Let's first add a sky to the scene. So for that, I right click, go to volume and add a sky and fog volume and set the sky type to physical sky. Then go to sky and fog volume and click on this profile. Then go to the lighting section and in the environment section, assign this profile here and set the static lighting to physically based sky. Okay. Next, I also want to add some exposure control to my scene. So for that, right click, go to volume and add a global volume. Click new to create a new profile and then click override exposure and change the mode to automatic and slightly adjust the exposure to 11 and 1. Much better. Next, I want to add one more override, which is tone mapping, and set the mode to ACES. This will give a nice contrast in our scene. Next, to see the effect of light probes, I want to add one more asset, which is this Sci-Fi Trooper. So I also import this in my package. Then go to the Sci-Fi Trooper folder and go to prefab and drag this prefab into the scene. And as you can see, it is also showing in the pink color. So to fix that, again go to Windows and HDRP Wizard and convert material to HDRP. So now the question is, why do we need light probes? So the answer is, light probe provide realistic lighting for dynamic objects. So for example, if I take this trooper inside this hall, you can see the lighting on this trooper remains same no matter wherever I move this object. And once we generate light probes, you will see a significant difference in the lighting of this trooper. So let's generate light probes. To add a adaptive probe volume, right click, go to light and choose adaptive probe volume. And as you can see, this has created a box around the scene. Now we need to cover the entire scene with this probe volume. So to quickly do that, simply click fit to scene. Now as you can see, instead of covering this scene, this box has reduced to a minimal size. And that is because adaptive probe volumes only cover static geometry in your scene. So for that, I select this Parthenon object and in the contribute global illumination, check this box and set receive global illumination from light probes. Now let's try again and select fit to scene, and as you can see, this time it has covered the entire scene. Great. Next, go to edit, project setting, and choose your render pipeline asset. And in the light probe setting, set the system to adaptive probe volumes if it is not set by default. And now if you go to lighting section, you will see this adaptive probe volume section. By the way, you can access this lighting panel by going to Windows, Rendering and Lighting. Now to generate adaptive light probes, go to Lighting and just click on Generate Lighting button. This will take a couple of seconds. Now as you can see, our scene has become a bit darker, but don't worry, we will fix that in a minute. Now to visualize the probes, go to Windows, Analysis and go to Rendering Debugger, and in the probe volume section, click on Display Probes, and here you can see individual light probes that has been baked, and as you can see there are hundreds of them. Before adaptive probe volumes, you would need to place them manually in your scene, but with adaptive probe volumes, these are automatically distributed in your scene based on the scene's complexity. You can also visualize the placement of this probe if I click on this display cells and also on display bricks, and as you can see, this probe volume has divided our scene in multiple boxes. The placement of these probes is based on this color coding, which is very easy to understand. Basically, the probes are distributed between a minimum and a maximum distance. For example, for denser object, the probe will be placed at every 1 meter, and for an outer area where geometry is not that thick, the probe are placed at every 27 meter. Because we need very few light probes outside this area. And you can also change this minimum and maximum distance if you go to lighting and adaptive probe volumes, and here you can see the minimum and maximum distance. And this in between range is automatically determined according to the complexity of the scene. So if I zoom out and turn on the probes and also the cells, here you can see there are 4 types of box based on these colors, and the size of the box is also according to the distance of these objects. You can also see the indirect lighting that is baked through these adaptive probes. To see the indirect lighting, first I disable this checkbox, then again go to lighting, and in the lighting debug mode, click on indirect diffuse lighting. So this is the indirect lighting that is baked through these light probes. Don't worry about these splotches because it only affects your dynamic objects, not your static geometry. Now before I test the dynamic object, I want to bake a reflection probe. As you can see, the reflections are looking weird. So for that, I right clicks, go to light and choose a reflection probe. And from here, cover the entire scene. Then click on bake to bake the reflection probe. Now to see the effect of light probes, I go to rendering debugger and go to lighting and set the lighting debug mode to indirect diffuse lighting. And now if I move this object, you will notice the change in the lighting of this object. Here you can see now this object is getting darker. And you can also check the lighting if I turn on the light probes. You can see these probes are reflecting the lighting of the surrounding objects. You can also adjust this indirect lighting generated through the light probes. So if I go to my global volume and add an override, adaptive probes, and here you can adjust this bias to fix some light leaking issues, or you can control the intensity of this indirect lighting. I will explain all these features in a separate video. Finally, you can also set your direction lighting from real time to mixed if you don't want to change your direction light in your scene. Now let's generate lighting one more time, and this will give you much better result. So as you can see, now we are getting more bounce lighting from this sun, or you can also visualize that in this indirect diffuse lighting mode. Okay. Finally, let's add some more post effects to make the scene look even much better. And here is the final result. So that's pretty much it. If you have any queries regarding adaptive probe volumes, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can join my Discord server. That's it for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.